Good morning, Kabar. Hello, everyone. Getting into it off cam for a bit. I just ate, feeling sleepy. But we need to get into the work day. So what we're doing is finishing up the weight painting on these wings. And we should be done. Let's check the vertex count too. 66,634. It's probably just over. So yeah, 4,000. Off by 80. 4,000. Okay, so we need to get it. About 600 less. Okay, what can we do for that? Well, we do have the bottoms of the excuse me. It was on here. It's the low poly. But I'm sampling it. Yeah, I guess we would add it here then. Should be the option to add a mask. To mask. Bottom, I think. Invert that to smooth. So then copy it to this one as well. Okay, let's see how much that's saved. Of course. Does all that thinking and then it does the check. 66. Perfect. Okay, good. We're back under for our vertex count, which is good. And what we're fixing now are the weights right here. So they're pretty bad. Interesting. Yeah, we're just gonna do a manual blurring of these. Got an unweighted point. Should be an easy fix. And then we're going to make a manual blur for these, excluding another attribute because we don't want to influence the border of the wings. We want to keep the border wings exactly where they are. Everything else is up for blurring. Simple, easy. Okay, we just have to do every group, which is the annoying part. So we'll add geometry node. Did I make a wing one? Blur wing membrane weights. Okay, let's take a look over here. See, this is why I always say I feel like I'm talking, but I'm not meaning to lecture. A lot of times I'm just saying this for my own knowledge, but I think why I'm so drawn to geometry nodes is, especially for this case, like I was able to change the shape of the wing, and now I can blur the weights dynamically. The weights are automatically pulled, but like one of those steps on its own, it makes sense to do manually. But I have to do it for each wing bone, each wing bone mesh. Anyway, this is where it makes the most sense because I am actually saving myself a good amount of time. All right, let's store attribute. Bullet point. And we're basically just going to have like a shit ton of these. Because we got all these groups in here. We need to do. That's not too many. It should be 9 groups, 11 groups. We're going to blur. And we'll just do them one at a time. We just need to make sure we're sampling. Wait, I don't think I even need these because I would rather look inside the node. It's just going to be a big old stack of stuff. We'll do the names. I lied. I do want those exposed. Okay. So we're going to do. Let's take this. And we're going to make a new node. Just takes the name, takes the attribute, blurs it, and puts it back. That's all contained. Float. Guess I will want the iterations for that as well. It's going to be a better way to do this. Bundles. There's some new stuff out that maybe I'll take a look at soon. Okay. Geometry, the selection, iterations, the weight. But here would be the name. And now we can go up here. We'll take this one and we'll call this blur float point attribute. Boom. I'll actually mark it as an asset. Oh, shit. Yeah. This is not in my GeoNodes. I want this there. I'll get it later. Okay. The weight is where we're going to input group. And then we just need 11 of these. Be nice if I had a simple text, like a repeat processing, like for each name. I could do that is definitely doable. All right, that will be 9 there. Just need 2 more. All right, there's our output. You know what? This is gonna be ridiculous. Have this giant list over here. We'll start with the pinkies. Starts at 01. There's no just pinky. If we kind of split up pinky. All right. That way we can just read it a little bit easier. It does go to 3. So we have these. We're blurring them. Let's review the attribute. Attribute text. All right, well, I've definitely seen it. Well, maybe. Oh, right, duh. They need the postfix. Okay, so this one will want to blur, but only the points that are not on the edge. So if I turn this up, we do see a blur. Cool. Cool. That is going to help. We're going to be able to smooth that out quite a bit. But now I need to adjust the weight. I want to be able to sample. Should I do it through proximity? Probably. I actually should have some sort of loft curve. Loft factor x, and y would be this. Perfect. Okay, well, that's exactly what we want. Cool. So we'll copy that. Copy it. Just plug it right on in. So just to confirm, without and with. Okay. And we're doing 4 iterations. I suppose I will want that here. And I am actually going to wait here because that will be even simpler. And no. Okay. Boom, boom, off. All right. So this is just the pinky that we did. Well, I know the rest. Middle. Funny. This paste. All right. Oh, this one should be 3. Same with this one. But I noticed that. Would be nice to have a little function for that, but I'm feeling lazy. I could encapsulate it again. Okay, all right, now we just do the same for index, and last will be the upper and lower arm, wing arm. There, and here. Okay, should be here. Wing, upper, easy. Let's visualize too. All right. So now that all of those are blurred, should be able to go to export body. Update. All right. It's definitely smoother. But we need to ramp it up. Maybe do like 20. And then we also need to figure out what's going on with the little arm there. Go. 20. What's going on with the arm? Boom. Oh. Find me. That may not have helped. Back to the body. It helped, yay! That's why we do the geonodes. See how easy that was? It was actually easy. And I think we need to do the wings even more. Let's do like 200. I want to see. Interesting. I suppose that's really as good as it can get. Right? I can live with it. Let's update the body to ensure it's got the shape keys. Save. Should be everything. Actually, let's open up Discord. View those items. Okay. So the shoulder is moving. Client. We do have the top of the shoulder. So we're going to have to move the weight of it out here. Probably want the pinch to start right there. So let's go to nub. We'll switch to body. Switch to a larger view. And we want to interesting, I don't have a wing. All right, we want to look at source. The fuck? I am selecting it. So looking at the shoulder, we could push this influence out some more. something like that. Nice blurring. Okay. And then we would want to take the arm. Wait. Yeah, that's probably the main reason. That's extremely sharp. So let's take it down a notch. Also, kind of clean off the top of it. And should do pretty good, honestly. Good. Oh my lord. Going to screen. A little bit more blending. We'll do that, and we'll just do one blur, pretty low strength. All right. So that should update the body. Alakazam. Kazam. Oh. Much nicer. That'll also help our spot in here, the blending. Beautiful. Okay, so that should fix the shoulder weights. We would also need to update the uniform, but let's review everything else. La, 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 la. We want to move the over. The animation needs to be changed. My legs are squeezed. Interesting. Oh, okay. VRChat has its own custom IK solver, which may take over the legs. Maybe they got pushed through the floor. Freaking out. Sure looks like there. So we would need the feet to probably be up closer to the head and hip balance. All right. La 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 la. Little gap on the scale. Bones. Inscrustation. a list. Okay. So we'll just do this for a second. This will be our shoulder weight painting, which we should have just fixed. Dark spot on edge or shoulder, uniform shoulder. And this way. That must have been shape keys. Closed. Match animation. Cause a uniform clipping. Animation crumpled. Which actually should be back already. Yeah, we already got that. Correct rank is already fixed. Oh, my eyeball. Leg length. I will include a beard add-on for Anthro humanoid way. Okay. Shoulders of the shirt aren't linked when I put the arm up. You can't have it bend down and then expect it not to bend up. If shoulders are allowed to move up, and they will move down too. Which privileges close up. Body is disabled. To ensure clear problems. Third feature. Neck. Scales floating. Is that a duplicate tail? And then tail loading flip. And wrist twisting. Hands and feet will need to be another commission. Actually, it might be really fast. Yeah, actually. 8 weeks. The green stripe only green like it's blood. Gotcha, not glow. Green stripe. Green color my body, the dark in game. Also have a lesser dark green. All right. Cool. Cool. I don't need to save that. All right. This actually is exactly why I set up everything the way I did. So we want to change the body. It's not too bad. Kind of easy. So specifically hands and feet. Are we missing the beans still? For the hands and feet, do you want beans on? Or just feet? Feet? So it's going to be one big curve, one big swoopy curve. Let's turn off. Hopefully that gives us some speed up. Ah, that's right. Body source. It's like, what is going on? Now, looking closer, it is really the toes that will need to change the most. so we'll lift that up so then we can have them kind of curve down. We go here. And we look at the source toe. Things are sampling this. But they are sampling it on just that object, aren't they? So if I did an Alt V, duplicate. It wouldn't really make much of a difference. I think we'd have to go to another scene. So let's do that. So they have like a big pad on the bottom. We need more of a slope downwards. A bit more like that. A bit further in. And bring this one up. Bring this one down. Something like this. We're down. That. A little bit more in. Okay. We'll call this inspect. And okay. Need more of a knuckle shape. Let's actually take a little screenshot here. It's a decent amount of space there. Let's go over here. Sorry, that would be inspect. Didn't go right around down there, so. Okay. Now, knuckle shape. Okay. Still want to slope it down. Maybe let's loads. If it loads. Hey, slow. Bringing it in more will also. Nope, that's too far. Just... Why is it slow now? Like just a second ago it was. Do you have source objects? Yeah. Okay. Okay. A bit more of a slope. Oops. Okay. Hello, Aqua. Welcome. Hope your day's going well. Just starting work? Heck yeah. Well, I hope you have a productive day. A little bit this way. Let's do boom, boom,